Welcome back. This video is going to cover the management records of ship. We start here in the ship folder and scroll the way down where the ship is. We're going to notice that as soon as we come in, we don't have any ship available. So what we're going to do is go ahead and add. The preferred system for keeping records of ship are the EAR tag numbers, and the recommended one is of course the OIRSA issued tag numbers. But for this example, we're going to use a slightly different numbering system. We're going to fill in the record for the ship, and basically you want to use this interface to add ship that you already have in the farm. Any additional sheep that are born are going to be added to a separate form. Local, and we save the record. As soon as we save the record, we can always go back and edit the record. And you can scroll up and down. You can update the picture, any additional information, moving cost, moving date, sale weight, sale price, and you can always go and add a record. So we're going to add another sheep. This time we're going to add a female, and we're going to make up another tag. We're gonna add a female this time. And gonna save, and now we see that we have two records. Essentially what is occurring here is you're filling in a table, and as the table expands, so will the records that are available here. Eventually, when you have so many sheep, it's going to be difficult to see them all in one screen. So this list here allows us to see how many sheep we want at a time. Another useful feature is navigating with pages which are available here, creating and filtering by columns. For example, if I want to hide their birth date, or I want to hide their breed, I can simply click this and the column disappears, and I can add more. I can add it back. Another useful feature is you are able here to filter. If I want all the males, you'll just see the males. If you want a specific breed, let's say any Barbados black belly, we don't have any. If you want to search for a specific tag, SP1314, we don't have. What about SF14? Yes, we have it here. So it looks up the record, and like I mentioned before, I can always go and edit the record, or I can go ahead and remove any filters. We can use even more advanced filters. Here we can search different combinations of things, like let's say if you want sheep born greater than a certain date, and maybe they were born also less than a certain date, and maybe you want them a specific breed, you can add all these filters here, and then the system is going to search that for you. Two additional features available here are export, which allows us to basically download a file which opens in Excel, and also to print a list. So a quick list available for printing. Now let's look at additional functionality of the system. Now, if we want to add additional sheep that were born into the farm, the interface to add that is through births. Basically, we add here, instead of adding it straight into the system, it is always preferred that you add it here through births. So right now we're going to add an ewe and a ram. We can add last Monday as a birthday. The method was an easy natural, 2 sheep, 1 male and 1 female. We can add the ear tags here, so we can, the new female, let's call it as 15. Like I said, remember that the recommended numbering system to keep here is the OIRSA system. So this is just an example. So we're gonna use Doppler. This one is a female, this one is a male. I am not sure what the birth weights are, but let's just example numbers, and we hit save records. So we can always go back to births and search birth records, and here you can see here we have a birth record and also the baby lamb that were just born. If you go now into the sheep section, you are going to notice that now you have 4 sheep. So the 2 sheep that were added, you can go back, edit, and here you can see who their mom is and who their dad is. The birth weight is available here, and you can update any of the fields that you want. Another very interesting thing to note is that there is an additional button called profile. For example, if I hit the profile button, it will take me to a page where I can see the genealogy records. So I can see that SF15 was born from this male and this female. Currently, right now, we do not have any ancestor records, but the more sheep we add into the system, the better and more clearer and more deep genealogy records we're going to obtain. We do not have any mating records for this sheep right now. We don't have any group mating, no pregnancy records. And as we go into the system, you're going to notice that we're going to start populating these records, and they will become available on the system. So let me go ahead and add a healthcare record for one of the sheep. So I can add a record and I can select which sheep I want. I'm gonna for the old male. Today's date, I am going to do vaccination. What vaccination? Right now I can put no disease, no cure. The vaccination was a test vaccination, but of course you would specify exactly what. And if there's any document that you want to attach, such as a lab result or anything like that, you can hit browse here and you can attach a PDF file, an Excel file, a Word document, anything you want to add. And then you hit save, and now you have a vaccination record. Now we want to verify here that indeed the profile for SM13 shows that shows this. So I should be able to go into sheep, look for SM13, and if I look at the profile, I should see, yes, 2 children, a birth record, this, and also I should be able to see a medical record here. So yes, as we add records into the system, we can build a profile on each animal. And here on the system, let's say we want to look into the sheep, we can always click and it will open a new tab and it will give us information about the animal. So let's close the tabs that we're not using and go back. So we added the healthcare record. Let's add another mating record. In this case, we are going to add another sheep. Let's call this SF12. It's another Doppler. It's a female. Was born sometime in May 2014. Source, it was another source, and I hit yes. So what I'm going to do is I want to add a mating record. So what I'm going to do is the ewe was going to be mated with the ram, the one that I just be add our record, our mating date, and here we should see we have a mating record. We can add mating groups as well. You select one ram, the start date, the end date, the pen where they were added, and also all the ewes that are so in this case you would do something like this: start date and an end date, and you would hit save records. If you wanted to search for previous group mating records, they will be available through the click of that button there. So we can go back, and now we can explore move or sale. Let's say one of the baby sheep that was just born is going to be sold. This one was the SM16, the male. The male was going to be sold, and the reason that it was going to be sold was we're selling the lamb. Maybe it's 20 pounds now. The sale price $200, and we're testing. So if you have more than one sheep that you are selling for whatever reason or moving for whatever reason, you just hit save, and then sure enough, if we go back to the sheep record and we go to edit, we are going to see it was number 16. Yeah, this one was sold for this reason. We have performance records, so we can add for any given sheep weight, length, girth, BSC, etc., etc. And of course all these records are going to reflect into the sheep profile. Pregnancies can be recorded here as well as if sperm samples are obtained and are going to be used for breeding. They're available for recording here, and they're able to be used in the mating record. We can add winning records. We can win the lambs that were just born, and what this does is basically it updates the ship master record. So if I go and edit this, I should be able to see a win weight and a win date as well. So all these records reflect back and are all linked into the ship master record that we should be able to see into the master profile, all the records available. So basically all records directly related to the management of ship are available here. That is the end of the video.